iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. On Fridays, as I like to do, I'm going to give you an early look at FAAB, right? Free agents and what to spend, who are the decent guys out there. So let's get it started. And I think the guy that we'll be looking at first, and I don't know whether I'm in love with him or not, but Mark Melancon from the Giants is on the road to recovery, okay? Through batting practice, could start a rehab assignment, probably about 3 weeks out. The question is this: how healthy will he be? And when he's back, if you're the Giants, do you take Hunter Strickland out of the closer's role and put Melancon back in? That's a tough one for me. And if you have Hunter Strickland, do you move him now because you're worried that Melancon's going to come back? I say this. I'm the manager of the Giants. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to bring Melancon back, and I'm going to let him throw in the 8th inning for about 2 weeks. If he looks good, if he looks sharp, and I trust him again, I'll make him my closer, and I'll put Hunter Strickland back in the 8th inning. If I don't feel warm and fuzzy, I'm going to leave Strickland so long as he continues to close games, and I'll let Melancon just be the setup guy. Will I bid on Melancon? Sure. There's high upside. He could be a closer in the second half, and that might be worth your time. So we can't ignore it at all. Another closing situation that I think cannot be ignored, the Brave situation. Now, Vizcaino stinks. All right? Dan Winkler has been out of his mind this year. 18 innings, 2 earned runs, 27 strikeouts to 5 walks. 27 to 5. His ERA is .98 and his whip is .65. Now, here's what makes him special, and I like AJ Minter personally, but Winkler's a righty. Coaches love going with righties as closers and not lefties. John Franco, one of the few lefties I can remember to be a closer. Dave Righetti, they just don't normally make lefties as closers. Just doesn't seem to happen that way. Winkler may get his shot before Minter. I love Minter. I have Minter on like pretty much every team, but I will throw a couple of bucks down at Dan Winkler this week. I will for sure. All right, a few more pitchers for you here. Some with upside, some with not. Jordan Lyles has a little upside to me. Not much, though. He had a really, really great start the other night. Against Colorado at home, 7 1/3, 1 hit, 10 strikeouts. It really doesn't get much better than that. But that's not who Jordan Lyles is. I want to give you his ERAs since 2011. 5.36, 5.09, 5.59, 4.33, 5.14, 5.83, 7.75. So, I mean, really, this is an anomaly. I'm bidding $1 on him and praying. $1 and a prayer for Jordan Lyles. I'll give you another guy, Clayton Richard. I don't trust this guy as much as I can throw him. His ERA last year, 4.79. Now, he's been in the 3s before, and maybe there's slightly more upside with Clayton Richard. But you know what? The truth is, these guys like Lyles and Richard, to me, are SP2s on DK on a night where I need a cheap pitcher. They're not a guy I go with in my season-long leagues because they can kill me, and I can't risk that. I'll stay with the Padres for another second here and talk about Franmil Reyes. Well, Franmil can hit for power, and he hits the ball very, 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 very far. The question is, he will get a shot until Will Myers comes back. If he hits, he stays up. If not, he goes back down. If he hits well enough, maybe Manuel Margot, Frenchie, they figure it out. But Franmil Reyes has a shot. This is his shot now. So if you're desperate need of power, take a look at Reyes. I got another pitcher that I want to get back to. So when I'm talking about borderline pitchers here, I'm going to give you a guy, Anthony Banda. Now, let me tell you something about Anthony Banda. He was a really, really good minor leaguer in the Diamondback system. He was in the Steven Souza trade, and he comes over, and he was okay in his first start, not special. Not special. But the Rays saw enough in him to let him hang around a little bit. Guys like Banda, Jordan Lyles, Clayton Richard, all these guys, I would certainly roster in mono leagues. AL only, I need a pitcher, I'll throw a buck on Banda. Mixed league, no thank you. I should have enough of a player pool in a mixed league that I don't have to go that direction. Okay? I don't want to go that direction because I just don't trust these guys. Will I start Banda on a night in DFS? Sure. If he's $5,400 on FanDuel, sure. And I could stack the Rockies and the Red Sox. He's my Erasmo for the night. More than that, I'm not comfortable with. Speaking of not being comfortable, do you know that Bruce Rondon looks like he's the closer there for the White Sox? Yeah, I'm not comfortable about it either. But look, I liked what this guy had in Detroit. But every time he came up to the majors, he kind of imploded. How about in 2017 where his ERA was 10.91 and his whip was 1.98? And he had 22 strikeouts to 10 walks. This guy walks too many guys. And he lets up home runs at bad times. So he's the closer today, but he's not somebody I'm betting on. I just don't want to do it. I don't trust him. Maybe he's the closer. Maybe I will regret this move. I don't think so. I'll look myself in the mirror and go, yeah, I'm better off without him. Sandy Alcantara. Craig Mish has been talking about this guy forever on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio. He's good. I think he's a good young pitcher who looks like he's pretty close to being ready. Is he a star? No. He's going to have some ups and downs and some bad starts and some good starts. But I'm interested. Certainly in a keeper league, I'll get my mitts on Alcantara, get him for a buck and see what he can do for me in a year or two. I have no problem with that. Keeper leagues, I like him. Redrafts, not so much. All right, let's talk about hitters. So there are good hitters, there are bad hitters, and then there are like guys you really don't want. Let's talk about the guys I do want. Jared Dyson, I think, is interesting. A.J. Pollock out for the next month, maybe even more. Jared Dyson will play. David Peralta's a crappy outfielder. Chris Owings plays sometimes, not all the times. Jared Dyson will have way more of an opportunity to make a difference for the Diamondbacks. If you need stolen bases, and I'm sure you do because everybody does, he's a good source of stolen bases. I wouldn't overpay for it because he doesn't offer you that much outside of the stolen bases. But for that one category, he's certainly respectable. All right? I mean, but he's going to get an at-bat here, and a bat there, maybe play a couple of games a week. Worth your attention, but not a lot of your money. How about Albert Almora? It's another interesting name for me. Ian Happ has really been a major disappointment. And Almora is a sensational outfielder. He really is. He's hitting .298 this year. 297, 298, something like that. And he's actually has a little power. Not a lot, a little. I mean, really, if this guy hits 10 home runs, it's a lot. But Happ has been so bad, right? And Almora has been so good that I think the Cubs just don't want to deal with Happ anymore because this guy's channeling his inner Adam Dunn. And Almora is such a good outfielder that why do you want to take him out of the game? And Kyle Schwarber doesn't cover enough ground in left. And Jason Hayward and Ben Zobrist don't cover enough ground in right. So Almora makes a lot of sense. I think he's a really good pickup if you can get him. I think this is the kind of guy, he never can hit for power, but he can hit for average, maybe score some runs. He's respectable. Okay. Sometimes there are guys, and I'm going to give you two, who look better than they are. Niko Goodrum. Niko Goodrum is 26 years old. His best year in the minors was 2017, where he hit .265 with 13 home runs and 11 stolen bases in AAA. Now he comes to the majors and he has 4 home runs and 4 stolen bases and 76 at-bats. And Nick Castellanos has been injured. Miguel Cabrera has been injured. Heimer Candelaria has been injured. Should I pick up Nico Goodrum? No. He's not that good. He's not that good. See, I look at history. Horse racing, for example. A horse may win a race, but if he loses 10 and wins 1, he's still a bad horse. Nico Goodrum may be hot this week, and then he's going to get ice cold, and you're going to regret that you spent $1 on him. So I have no interest in a guy like that. Here's another guy who I find problematic. Mark Reynolds. Guy totally crushes lefties. Totally crushes lefties. And when he's given an opportunity, you're like, yeah, he's a pretty good hitter. Okay, Adam Eaton's out. Ryan Zimmerman's out. Danny Murphy's out. Where does Mark Reynolds fit in the plan when all these guys are healthy? He doesn't. He's a buck. He's worth $1. That's all. Because he's going to play for the next week or two, and then he's going to get you 4 or 5 at-bats, and then he's poo-poo. So if next week, and I can check this for you, please hold. Please continue to hold. Let's see. So next week, the Nationals play San Diego for 3, 1 lefty, and they play Miami for 3, 1 lefty. There you go. You got 2 good starts from Mark Reynolds. Whoop-de-doo. You happy about that? I know I'm not. That's why you don't bid on Mark Reynolds. But I'll give you a guy you can bid on. Austin Riley. Oh, yeah. Man, the Braves have done a really good job building this team. And he is the third baseman of the future. That is for sure. And now he's starting to hit. And so here's what I'll say to you. I'll say the following. Jose Bautista better hit, because if he doesn't, he's going to be replaced by Austin Riley. So I'm not bidding $1 on Nico Goodrum. I'm not bidding $0.25 on Mark Reynolds. I'll bid on Austin Riley. I may wait for him to be involved in the offense, but when he gets up, he's going to be good. See, that's what I want. I want a guy with upside. Upside wins me fantasy baseball championships. Nico Goodrum wins me nothing. Mark Reynolds wins me nothing. You see where I'm going with that? Get guys with upside. Alcantara, Winkler. These guys can help. Mark Reynolds, going to help you 2 games a week. Gee, how much help is that for you? Not much. All right, but if you want help in DFS, go to scoutdfs.com. We've hired a bunch of guys recently. Fantasy Bum, Chris Rose, other people coming on. There's a name I heard in the pipes I'm very excited about. Have to see if that happens. Love this guy if he can come on with us. Fuego Steve's there, Steve Renner, Rob Garriak. We're trying to produce excellent information for you to win some money in DFS. Also, scoutfantasysports.com. I'm telling you something. I love these premium message boards. I get an email when I get a question. I can't wait for football. I'm literally going to have like 5 million questions. My email box is going to be like exploding. And every time I go to answer it, Sean Childs Aronis has already answered it. So sometimes I answer it too if I feel like I could add something, and sometimes I don't. But I love the fact that I go on, people can email us, it goes right to our mailboxes, we answer it right away. Boom! That's what you're paying for. That's what you're paying for. And it's worth it. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Good luck with FAAB this week. I'm back next week talking more fantasy sports. I'm Dr. Roto, and saying be well, take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!